Because I'm a sucker for a bargain and a glutton for punishment, I have yet another Facebook Marketplace purchase to share with you today. This is the second dragon of the season. It is from Seasonal Visions. It's the Winter Dragon. It did come nicely packed in this box, which I wasn't able to fit in my car, so I had to unpack it, throw it in there, which is why it's sort of spread about here. But before we go ahead and take the things out to show you what they are, let's take a closer look at the box. The first thing I notice, of course, is the price tag. This retailed for $449.99 at one point, and I got it for far less than that, a bargain. Again, it's the Winter Dragon. It's life-sized. It's supposed to have head turning, wings flapping, light-up eyes. It's motion sensitive, and it should be as tall as a person. Here you can see you can hook it up to your fog machine, which is of course not included. I am excited about this, and look how great this prop looks. He is an amazingly sculpted dragon. Sculpted feet, some body pieces. This one obviously has some mechanisms for movement and the fog machine. A couple more body pieces. The wings. The torso mechanism, as we can see on here, it's got the AC adapter port, an on, off, and a sensor button, and of course a volume control, which you know I love. A number of support bars, a nice sturdy base, some very thin costuming, kind of looks almost like creepy cloth, fog machine accessories, and a plug. And then lastly here we have the easy assembly and operating instructions. At least it is color, so sometimes when these are black and white, they're a little harder to read. But that's it. So let's put these instructions to use and see what this looks like. First thing we're going to do is assemble the base. It is labeled A, and then we're just going to follow the letters. B comes next with these support poles that are just going to slide onto the post and snap in with the push pins. So there's a B for each side. The next level up is slightly different with C and D, just because they have a little connection point on the sides, and we want those to be facing outwards. And we're ready to connect the torso. Next, we're going to put on the feet. Usually they slide over these support poles. In this case, they're just going to sit in front. They do have holes on the bottom of the feet. We'll slide over the posts. And we're ready to connect the legs next. They do just slide right into the base of the feet. And it has a couple of prongs here that will be connecting to the support structure, which is why we wanted to keep these pieces outward facing. Next, we have the chest piece that goes on the back. There is a post at the bottom, which will slide into the tube down here, and then two small posts at the top, which are just going to go in the support structure tubes up here. Usually, they have separately molded small holes for these small tubes. In this case, that's not the case. So it was a little confusing there, but I think we got it. And then we also need to connect the sensor on the front of the chest to the cabling here from the control mechanism. Next, we have the neck mechanism. As you can see, it has a motor built into the base because it is going to turn a bit. There are some cables we're going to need to connect, and of course we have the fog machine hose, which doesn't really have a conduit here. We're just, I assume, going to leave it in the back somewhere. This is just going to slide over the support structure. It's kind of tucked in the back, a little hard to get to, but not too bad. While we're back here, I'm going to go ahead and plug in the adapter cable as well. It's quite a lengthy cable, probably at least 8 feet long. It's just going to plug right here in the back. We do have a couple of pieces of black fabric now that will disguise a lot of the support mechanism. One piece has a few loops at the top where I believe is supposed to go right over this frame, and then the loop on the Velcro will wrap around the frame and hold it into place. That leaves a couple of cutouts here for some more support pieces, an access panel to get to the mechanism. And I think there's also Velcro coming down the sides that we can use to connect to the body piece here. The other piece of fabric here has 3 dots of Velcro at the top. I believe it's going to connect to some Velcro here at the bottom. And then there is some additional Velcro here at the end of the black piece from the back that will connect it all together. There isn't anything though to weight it at the bottom or Velcro it anywhere, so in a wind, it's going to just blow all around, unfortunately. I did neglect to put the shoulder wire on, so I am just going to pull this Velcro off and add it to the connection supports here. That's going to round out his back just a little bit more. So there are slits in the fabric in the back where the support structure is going to poke through, and that's because we have some wing braces that we're going to put in next. They just slot in these holes as well, and there are two different sizes, so you're not going to be able to mix up the right or the left. These are the wings. There are a couple of heavy metal support structures built into half the wing, and then this long section here is kind of a tubular bit of fabric that we're going to slide this piece over. I feel like it's going to be easier to take it off first, and then we'll put it on all together. Now, because of the age of this prop, some of these wires were sort of poking through this fabric, so we did have to add a little bit of tape to hold it in place. I don't think it'll be that noticeable. Let's go ahead and add some of this draping on now, which is going to sort of disguise the black cloth, make it look a little bit more spooky. I feel like there is an art to draping the creepy cloth, and I do not have this particular skill, but I did the best that I could. Let's move on and put the head on. We are going to have to connect the fog machine hose in the back and a couple of cables. There are a couple of fog machine parts to connect in the back as well. The hose that will connect to the fog machine, a moisture trap, and a switch, but we're going to save that for a little bit later. In the meantime, let me go ahead and bring the camera in and we'll take a closer look. I do believe our dragon here is pushing 7 feet tall. He is towering, and I absolutely love the sculpted face here. Those blue eyes are really striking. It does have a little bit of red tones within the mouth as well. And look at all of those teeth. It even has that little tongue that is sort of lifting up to give it dimension. It looks like we do have a LED light in there as well, and you can kind of see there is the hose for the fog adapter. As we make our way down, you can see the scales of the body. There is a sensor here where it can be activated. It should also have a foot pad option. As we make our way down to the feet here, you can kind of see that black fabric in the back, and when it is backlit like that, you can certainly see the tubing for the fog machine, but I don't think that's going to be a problem at night. The wings themselves have a nice pattern on it. It is, of course, fabric, not plastic. You do have to be a little concerned with the metal portions of the wings popping through the ends of the fabric because they are quite pointy. But we do have a lot of detail here with the holes, kind of giving the dragon a scary, aged, and battle-worn appearance. Now, this was a Facebook Marketplace purchase, so will he work? It's anybody's guess. I think I've got him switched on. Let's plug it in, see what happens. So he kind of works. We have really good wing movement. I think that's pretty impressive. His neck is supposed to turn as well. It does seem like perhaps the gearbox might be stripped inside. Might be able to fix that. Probably not, but that's all right. I think, though, it would be nice when it's shooting fog out of its mouth if it would, spray it around as opposed to just forward. But we will try fog in another video. I got a brand new fog machine, and I can't wait to share it with you. In the next video, we will test that fog machine, test it with the dragon, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. Here at the end of the video, we will take another look at the dragon when it's a little bit darker so you can see how much the light lights up in the darkness. But that's it. Let me know what you think. I think he's going to be pretty scary regardless, even if he's not fully functioning. I like him. Before we go, I did want to say a special thank you to all the patrons who help support the channel. If you're interested in joining our Fright Club, be sure to check out a link to my Patreon page in the description below. That's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Till next time, take care and happy haunting.